Parents, listen up. The nanny you hire will be in your house, around your kids, and possibly seeing you at your absolute worst. The last thing you want is to realize too late that you hired a total disaster. I'm Madria Craig, and I have spent 20 plus years being hired, fired, and figuring out exactly what's required. Now, as a new mom, I see it from both sides. Today, we're breaking down the top 5 major red flags that scream bad nanny right from the start. Some of these may shock you because many parents never even think to look for them. If you want to avoid nanny nightmares, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And yes, my nanny book series is building. Book 1 is out and book 2 is on the way. All the resources you need are all linked in the description box below. Now let's get into it. Red flag number 1, the resume lies and the resume gaps. Let's start with the basics, the resume. Many parents just glance at it, see some job experience, and call it a day. That's not gonna cut it. Here's what you actually need to look for. Too many short-term jobs, red flag. Where were they for a whole year? Ask. Experience that's not childcare related, red flag. Someone listing customer service at Target as a relevant nanny skill, that's a stretch. No references. You would think that doesn't happen, but it does. You need at least 3 legit references. My mom says I'm great with kids does not count. Bottom line, if the resume doesn't hold up, neither will they. Red flag number 2. If their social media speaks louder than their interview, you have to check their social media, and not just Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and find out if they have an OnlyFans. Everything. And here's why. Constant partying, drinking, and posting wild content, red flag. Probably not the best fit for a 7 a.m. wake-up call. Weird, aggressive, or inappropriate posts. You know the kind I'm talking about. If they're ranting about hating kids or how everyone sucks, imagine that energy around your child. Oversharing about past families that they nannied for. If they're spilling the tea online, you know you're gonna be next. You want someone with a normal online presence, not someone who is one bad day away from a viral online meltdown. Red flag number 3. Okay, this one sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised. Bad hygiene or personal presentation. A nanny is hands-on, literally. If they show up looking like they just rolled out of bed, or they smell like last night's regrets, messy, unkept, or bad hygiene, red flag. If they don't take care of themselves, will they take care of your kid? Super long, dirty, untrimmed, jagged nails, red flag. Scratches, germs, an unsafe grip on your infant, no thanks. Overpowering perfume or strong scents, like what are you hiding? No. Kids, especially babies, are super sensitive to that. Don't do it. Red flag. Professional nannies should look like they're ready to work with kids, not like they barely survived last night. Red flag number 4. Short temper or zero patience. One of the fastest ways to spot a bad nanny is watch their temperament. Do they get frustrated really easily? Are they impatient in an interview? Big red flag. They interrupt you a lot. Red flag. If they can't listen to an adult, they won't listen to a toddler. If they roll their eyes, sigh, or look annoyed, red flag. If that's them trying to be professional, imagine them off duty. They seem super impatient when answering questions. Red flag. If they can't handle you, they're gonna hate your 3-year-old. Here's a tip. Assuming you already video interviewed this person before letting them in your house for an in-person interview. If your kids are home, introduce them casually during the interview and see how the nanny reacts. If they seem irritated or stiff or like they're tolerating the kids being in there, that's not a good sign. Red flag. Red flag number 5. They can't handle unusual interview questions. Most bad nannies can fake their way through standard interview questions, so throw them a curveball. Here are a few you need to ask. Tell me about a time where a child really frustrated you. What did you do? If they say that never happens, red flag. Lies. Happens all the time. What would you do if my kid refused to eat nothing but candy all day? Assuming you're one of those candy families. If they say, I'd make them ... anything, red flag. A good nanny redirects, not forces. How do you feel about handling a tantrum in public? If they say ignore it until it stops, red flag. No. They need to engage and diffuse. A great nanny thinks critically. A bad nanny gives you a generic, safe answer or a totally unhinged one. So if you spot any of these red flags, run. Want even more insider tips? Grab my free download in the description box. 10 questions parents never think to ask a nanny, but should. And if you haven't already, subscribe. My nanny book series is rolling out and you don't want to miss book 2. It's all about avoiding the biggest hiring mistakes before you even start the process. Hit that like button and please, in the comment section, drop some of these wild stories that you guys have. I want to hear them. Don't forget to follow the social media. It's all in the description box too. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.